You may have been wondering what the heck has been going on here at the Dr. Ginevra channel. I haven't posted any videos in quite a while, and I've been dropping some confusing hints about big changes to come. I'm happy to say that the time has come to launch this little butterfly out of the chrysalis and explain the new direction of this channel. But this announcement only makes sense if I first tell you more about my own personal fibromyalgia journey. My name is Ginevra Liptan. I'm a physician, and I developed fibromyalgia in medical school, and it felt like the bottom of my life came out from under me. I went through hell and was ultimately fortunate to come out the other side. I found a few treatments that helped me get better enough to get back to medical school. Ever since then, I've dedicated my career to helping people with fibromyalgia in my clinic, books, lectures, journal articles, and right here at this channel since 2018. But I'm going to be brutally honest about this channel. I have not been very effective at reaching people. I've always attributed it to just not being consistent with posting videos, crappy thumbnails, videos that were too sciencey, just not being good at it, and etc. And those indeed are all issues, but a recent experience has been a real awakening and eye-opener, and I've realized what my channel has been missing. Earlier this year, out of the blue, I developed a whole new, unrelated to fibromyalgia health problem, really bizarre stomach and GI issues, which sent me down a terrifying journey, painfully similar to the one I remember over 25 years ago with fibro. While I hadn't exactly forgotten that aspect of the fibro journey, the intensity of those painful emotions had faded with the decades, as they do. But my recent stomach issues have dropped me right back, like Dorothy, into the land of Oz, into the hell of chronic illness. Feeling waves of fear, confusion, frustration, and grief, battling a broken healthcare system, dealing with disbelieving doctors and employers, fighting disability battles, going through the not fun process of relearning the limits of my own body. And I found myself feeling super depressed and lonely and misunderstood. Feeling like my friends and coworkers and family couldn't really understand or relate to what I was going through. I often found myself weeping alone in the bathtub, just like I remember doing 25 years ago. And during this more recent experience, I have found myself craving the very same things I remember wanting so desperately while I was wandering through early fibro land. What young Ginevra, weeping in the bathtub, really wanted was to hear about three things. One, is it possible to get better from fibromyalgia, even a little bit, or am I always going to be in this level of agony? I wanted some direction on the next best step to take to find effective treatments, especially with limited resources and limited time. Who should I listen to? What direction should I go? And I wanted to know that I was not alone and not crazy. This more recent experience has made me realize that there's probably lots of other people out there weeping in their bathtubs, dealing with fibromyalgia. And those are the folks I really want to reach with this channel and talk to them about those three things that I wanted to hear about so badly. Previously on this channel, I really just focused on one of those three things, just on my doctor self. I lectured about science and research and treatment, lots of PowerPoints. I wasn't expressing much about me as a person, as a human living with fibromyalgia. Wasn't sharing much of my past or present health battles. I'm happy to say that I now have been able to get enough improvement in my stomach issues to finally come up for air. Once I had the bandwidth to really think about it, I truly became obsessed with how to use this channel differently to help people with fibromyalgia and address more of what would have meant so much to me in my early fibromyalgia journey. I have talked about these ideas for several months with anyone that would listen. Thanks, Mom. And often with a dear friend, someone who is as obsessed and passionate about helping people with fibromyalgia as I am. Her name is Sharon Waldrop. She has fibromyalgia herself. She's a certified health coach, and she's been running a fibromyalgia support and education group for 27 years. We have been talking for months, sometimes in 3-hour-long sessions, no exaggeration, about how this channel could change to do something that would really help people with fibromyalgia, really help people like that young Ginevra weeping in the bathtub. What I realized was that this channel needed a whole new direction, needed to add a lot more personal experience and community and some health coach wisdom. Ultimately, I realized that what I needed was for her to join me as co-host. And together, we are relaunching this channel as the Fibro Show, which will be part vlog, part webinar, part talk show. Essentially the show we wish we had when we were diagnosed, that YouTube, or even really the internet, existed back then. I'm hoping the show could possibly act like those magical ruby slippers that helped Dorothy find her way through Oz. The Fibro Show will keep all the good stuff from the Dr. Ginevra channel, all the research and treatment updates. There will be some PowerPoints, helping you to understand what's happening in your body so that you can use that information to find more effective treatment. But we're going to add more of the even better stuff. Tips and tricks, fibro life hacks. Sharon has some amazing coaching guidance that I personally already have found so helpful. We will add more of our own personal stories, past and present, more of our own daily life. But we're going to pull in other voices too. Interviews with people with lived experience with fibromyalgia, people with professional experience treating fibromyalgia, and scientific experience researching fibromyalgia. We're going to build more community, remind people they're not alone and not crazy. And we're going to infuse this process with some fun and humor. In fact, you're going to meet some animated avatars that I actually made in a few seconds. The Fibro Show will be a weekly show airing every Friday, and I would so love for you to stay with me on the channel as we transition to the Fibro Show. I am super excited to be doing this project with Sharon, and I think you're going to love her as much as I do. She often can be found with a pet parrot on her shoulder. Need I say more? To everyone that has watched one of my videos, read one of my books, subscribed to this channel or to my email newsletter, or been one of my patients, thank you so much for your support. I hope to see more of you here at the Fibro Show going forward. In the meantime, I'm sending you all some fibro love.